Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Cryptic Clues, the rules, which is something I probably should have done a little bit earlier, not a little bit earlier on, but better late than never, eh? So these are the essential basic core rules, and I'll show you a Wall Street Journal of a bit more in depth momentarily. But essentially what we're looking for from the clue is some kind of definition of one of the words that's in the clue, or an example of one of those words in the clue, or several words in the clue. And I'll do an example in a moment to make that a bit more clear. Number two is the indicators. So normally there's some kind of words which are essentially instructions on things to do, which can be quite direct and they can be quite obscure. With the word obscure being one, which tends to mean that another word in the clue might not be quite as clear as it should be, aka there's probably a synonym there. Now, speaking of a different word in the clue, fodder is what the indicators are to be used upon. So that's kind of the other parts of the clue, which these are the instructions to be used on. And then the structure of the clue is essentially the definition or example of either comes at the start somewhere or at the end somewhere usually. So the clue is essentially separated into two parts. Now, I'll do an example, which is the cryptic clue number one that we did. So spoilers if you want to check that out first. I'm actually going to edit it slightly. Now I know the rules a bit better myself. But it was small amount of time. It was 6 letters. It was actually a small amount of time, but I think it's better taking the A out. So in that clue, the answer was, is that all fitting on? Yeah, it is. Minute or minute was the idea, because you've essentially got the definition small, minute, or an amount of time, minute. So this one's an example of something that has what's called a double definition. There's 2 definitions. So it's not really a great example in terms of indicators, fodder, and structure. So we'll move on to a different example. And for that, we will whip up the old Wall Street Journal, which, bear with me one moment. Yeah, okay, here we go. So I'll link this in the description as well. But there's loads of different ones. So that was a double definition, as just mentioned. And there's a couple of examples of each kind of method used. That's not the right word. Words are escaping me today. It's not ideal, is it? But for example, this one, and I'll only give one away. The rest of them, well, actually, this one's already given away anyway. So a clue may so anagrams is the one we're looking at. A clue may show you what the letters of the answer would look like when scrambled, also given a signal word such as mixed, aimless, or fractured. Anagram clue for stew, which scrambles into west, could be Wild West dish. So wild being the indicator, so wild meaning kind of a bit all over, a bit out there, indicating that the word west, which is the fodder, is to be mixed up a little bit. And then dish is the kind of definition, or stew is an example of a dish. So that's how that works. I won't go through the whole of this with you, because I mean I could do if people want to. So just do let me know. But as I say, I'll link it in the comments and description. So I hope that made a bit more sense and helps you for future clues. But yeah, with that, ladies and gentlemen, best of luck in future clues. Have a great rest of your day. I shall see you soon.